Kevin, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us today. EY is delighted to be supporting the summit, to be facilitating the dialogue around innovation in government, and to be sharing and developing some of the best practices and ideas from governments all around the world. So Kevin, why has GDS decided to take a leading role in this summit?
Firstly, thank you for inviting us. It's a real pleasure to help with the conference. We launched the Innovation Landscape Report last year, which described the state of government innovation in both its technical terms, but also in terms of the style we're using to innovate. And what we broadly concluded was there's a lot of innovation going on and we could do a better job of harnessing it. So in response to that, the Prime Minister launched the GovTech Fund, a £20 million fund that enables departments to apply for funding that we curate and help them manage. The third thing we've been up to is the UK is seen as a centre of excellence for AI. We've been working with colleagues in the digital culture and media department to understand the effect of AI on the workplace as we go forward. And finally, we've committed, the Minister and I, to launching our innovation strategy in spring this year. So it's a good time to be talking about innovation. So Radhika, you're on the service design panel. What are you looking forward to about the service design panel?
Well, this is a really interesting area as governments look to redefine the relationship between the citizen and the state. And service design thinking really has evolved incredibly quickly over the last 10 years. So I'm really excited about, first of all, hearing about new innovations in this space and how the thinking is moving on in the private and public sector, but also how governments around the world are deploying this new thinking in terms of changing the relationship between the citizen and state. But Kevin, what do you see as the main drivers of innovation in government?
So the first main driver is to have better outcomes for citizens. So a few examples we're working on at the moment. We're working with the Home Office on spotting terrorist images on the web. We're helping to keep firefighters in Mid Wales safe by tracking them in smoky buildings. And my personal favourite, we're helping tackle rural loneliness in Monmouthshire. And this is really in the context of, this is the third phase of GDS. In the second phase, we talked about democratising digital and creating internal capability with the 10,000 graduates that have gone through the academy. But this third phase is really about private-public working, creating a UK GovTech industry that government is happy to incubate here in the UK.
What are you hoping to learn from other governments at this summit?
Well, the conference for us represents a unique opportunity to meet lots of people at the same time. And our objectives are relatively straightforward. We want to talk to everyone, find out what's gone well, what's gone less well, and hopefully apply those lessons here in the UK. We
live in fast-moving times, Kevin. How are you responding to citizens' changing expectations of government?
So I think it has changed. It is changing a lot. If I call out one of our previous applications, where when you apply for a driving licence, you can drag and drop your passport photo onto your online driving licence application, then pretty much everybody thinks that's normal now. We think we're very joined up as government, and we should be. I think the two key things I've got my eye on for the future are one around better accessibility for people, particularly blind people, through voice activation. So we are today doing a lot of work with Siri, Google Assistant in training gov.uk to respond back to people on voice activation, voice command. The second thing I think will be more important in the future is the use of biometrics for identity. So we're already seeing that on the iPhone today. I think we'll see that become much more common in government services going forward.
Thank you very much for that, Kevin. I'm really looking forward to discussing all of these issues and many more at Innovation 2019.
Thank you.